From Oceanside, California in the brand new Frontwave Arena, it's time for major Arena Soccer League action on the CBS Sports Golazo Network. Tonight, the San Diego Sockers play host to the Kansas City Comets. And a very pleasant good evening, everybody. Alongside Tony Sanchez, Craig Elston on hand with you. There's plenty of great matchups in the MASL, but some are a little more special. The San Diego Sockers and the Kansas City Comets certainly fits the bill. Two teams that have been locking boots since the early 1980s when it was the major indoor soccer league and when this was the sport, indoor soccer, that reigned supreme in the United States. Anytime these two teams meet, it's going to be important. But this year, Tony, both the Comets and the Sockers think they can win the Ron Newman Cup.
The San Diego Sockers have either won the title or lost against the eventual champions in the last 4 seasons. And this last season, Kansas City were actually the Eastern Conference champions in that last year and have not lost a game in regulation. It's going to be a top-of-shelf matchup here tonight, Craig.
No question about it, and we got plenty of storylines to bring you, including a couple of forwards who have a great nose for the net. We'll start with San Diego and Tavoy Morgan. When he's hot, he's red hot. Had 4 goals in the first half against Chihuahua, and he's going to be one to watch.
Tavoy scored 4 goals in the first half against Chihuahua last time he was here and at home in a great performance. And also, he's scored 200 points so far in the season, 140 goals, 60 assists. Tavoy's going to definitely be a focal point of this offense, and he needs to be an impact player for the Sockers.
Yeah, a lovely round number for Tavoy's career, 200. We'll bring that down by a factor of 10 for Rion Marquez, who is leading the MASL with 20 points scored this year, including 12 goals.
Absolutely, an absolute impact player once again for Kansas City, a focal point of what they're doing in this great start of the season. 20 points, 12 goals, 8 assists. He's also scored in each of his last 7 goals here, 7 games here with Kansas City.
We've got 2 great defensive teams. We've got stars and all-stars on both sides of the ball. We're glad that you found us for what should be a tremendous Wednesday night. When we come back, Melissa May will join us with a field report, and then we'll have the opening kickoff. It's the San Diego Sockers and the Kansas City Comets coming your way on the CBS Sports Golazo Network.
Bring it up to 70%.
Melissa May.
The Sockers are on a 5-match win streak, and when you take matches in hand into account, the club is still on pace to have the best record in the league. Now, one thing the team is hoping to build on this week is the club's offense. In their first 6 games of the season, they've scored just 34 goals. Now, for you outdoor soccer fans, you might be saying, wow, that seems like a lot. But in the indoor game, that scoring output ranks the Sockers in the bottom 5 of the league. Now, they're facing a Kansas City team that allows on average just 4 goals a match, and that's the best mark in the league. So hopefully tonight the Sockers can generate a more consistent offensive performance, especially from their midfield, with players like Leonardo de Oliveira, Sebastian Mendez, and Gabriel Costa, who have yet to hit their top form. Craig, Tony, back to you.
Thank you so much, Melissa, and we welcome you to this presentation of the Major Arena Soccer League on the CBS Sports Golazo Network. 2 banner franchises. The San Diego Sockers 5-1 on the season, 14 points. They're in 5th place in the 12-team single table. 34 goals for, 26 against. Kansas City checking in 5-0-2, 17 points, 4th in the table, 45 goals, 28 against. We're underway. Sockers in blue and gold running left to right across your screens, and Kansas City in white with red numbers, white socks. They're going right to left. The young all-star Leo Acosta in the corner, taken away by Gabriel Costa. Former Soccer Guerrero Pino had it for a moment, but now Costa with room on right wing. Here comes Gabi Costa. Shot and a save by Philip Ejimadu, who then heads it at the edge of his crease, live into the corner. Already action in the first 30 seconds here. We're on the CBS Sports Golazo Network, streaming on Paramount Plus, on the CBS Sports app, and of course on Pluto TV. Guerrero Pino, who won himself a couple of championships with the Sockers, now back in his hometown of Kansas City, defending Cesar Cerda, an MASL All-Star, checking into another All-Star, Gabi Costa, taken away top of the crease by Christian Andreas of the Comets. Ben Raymond in his second tour of duty in San Diego, defender marked by Lucas Souza, who is chasing him into the corner. Veteran keeper Boris Prado, the 40-year-old out of Queens, New York, ready for his first touch as he chips it into defensive midfield. That's where the man second all-time in MASL blocked shots, Chad Vandegrift, was there to pick it up. Vandegrift in his 3rd season in Kansas City. First minute and a half all done. Here's another all-star, Rion Marquez. Marquez brought down by Cardenas, and the foul called on Mitchell. Here comes a great free kick for Kansas City.
And a great start. Good back and forth by both teams here. A pause having to be a foul here. Cardenas dragging from the arm in an authentic maneuver, wrestling maneuver, almost de lucha libre. But right now, we've seen Ejimadu right here. The first instance that he was able to be involved, did very well. Here's a chance.
Marquez blocked by Cardenas. Rion looking for his 100th MASL point. He'll get it with his next one. 12 goals, 8 assists, 20 points to lead the league in 7 matches played. Christian Gutierrez unable to get the ball away to a San Diego boot. KC's got it with the 2nd minute, walking off into the North County nighttime here in Oceanside, California. A very rare midweek, late night start, 7:35 start on the West Coast. Shout out to everybody staying up late in Kansas City at the watch party. Great to have you along for the ride. Hope that it'll be a fun one for all involved. Saw Drew Ruggles on the floor. Scored his first 3 goals of the season in a 9-5 win at Tacoma back on Friday up at Acesso Showwear Center. That was the 5th win in a row for San Diego. They're 4-0 here in their new digs at Frontwave Arena. Charlie Gonzalez leads the club with 5 assists. Now there's Keiko Gontan taking the league by storm after over 200 caps in La Liga in his home country of Spain. Cardenas and Ruggles working in offensive midfield. Smallest crowd of the season, but not much of a surprise, we should say, on a Wednesday night up here in extreme North County. Hard ask for anybody south of the 56 to make it up here on a Wednesday night. Here's Zach Reggett, the left footer, one of 4 All-Stars on the Kansas City roster. Reggett trying to wrestle his way around Mitchell Cardenas. But Gontan has it. He's in hot water. Got turned off of the ball, and it's taken away by Leo Acosta. Here's Acosta. There's a dynamic rookie. One-handed save. Boris Pardo shuffling to his left, had to dive back to his right to make an athletic save. First good chance for either team.
Measured the pace of the ball correctly, Boris, positioning himself enough where he had to launch himself to the right and parry it outside. First test for the veteran here. And really now, Sockers really have to start gelling in the first quarter as they have been and progress towards more offense.
Here's Cesar Cerda to Charlie Gonzalez. Both of these teams terrific defensively. We mentioned it, and you heard Melissa talk about it as well. KC averaging just 4 goals allowed per match. They won Monday night in Ontario against the Empire Strikers, a 7-5 score in that one. 4th minute done, running clock. Here's Christian Gutierrez. Nice pass to Boy Morgan. Morgan with space. Saved by Ejimadu. That ball just hit him. Leo has it back. Leonardo de Oliveira, the Brazilian. 1 point away from 300 in his MASL career. He has 299. Here's Tavoy. Just got his 200th point on an assist in Tacoma over the weekend.
This is a Sockers team that knows that they need to get off to a good start and start building that momentum. Tavoy having a good look here.
Leo brings it down. Leo, little space off the wall, looking for a Wallace score to himself, and then called for the foul as he pushed his way through Lucia Tetsane. Austin Saini, one of our officials on the floor tonight.
Getting the pressure, Ejimadu has no choice but to just boot this all the way to his compadre en el verde, Boris Pardo.
Cardenas probing along the bench wall. Sockers without Luis Morales tonight. He is back from the Kings Cup League matches. However, very much under the weather. They were hoping he would get an opportunity to turn up in better fettle, but it was not the case. A battle. Boris Pardo had to get it away. On pursuit was Junior Kazim. Now Cardenas has to head it back to Boris.
That's the experience of Boris and the connection with Cardenas, being able to have that as a resource, have the trust to just head it back and know Boris is going to make the right decision and be in position to receive and start the offense from the back. Here's Childs.
Giles probing. Giles left-footed shot blocked by Vandegrift. 321st of his career. Leo Acosta, here he comes. The 22-year-old shoots on net. Pardo knocked it down in front of him, then punted it up in the air, where Sebastian Mendez held off Henry Ramirez long enough to take it, and then Ramirez stole it. Henry Ramirez bursting down the middle, stumbling and losing the ball. Tripped over the ball with a great chance on net. But the touch abandoned him. Now Acosta brings it down. Fires! Save Pardo.
That right side's going to be his best friend, Pardo, so far. Getting comfortable, but watch out.
Nacho Andreos misses wide. Ruggles is able to shovel it out. Here's Mendez, space up the right wall. Sebastian Mendez had his first Sockers goal in Tacoma. Stepping through, bumped off by Acosta. Play on, says Austin Saini.
Trying to recreate that way he got the goal against Tacoma, cutting into the inside. Went a little bit too easy to the ground, according to the referee, and the official says no. Que juega, que juega, que juega, que juega. And now, your whistle.
Brian Miller, the other official on the floor, he's the one blowing the whistle right there. And the ball back to San Diego. Well, the ball they're kicking around is made by MITRE, official game ball supplier of the Major Arena Soccer League. Learn more at MITRE, MITRE.com. No score. 7th minute has elapsed. Now the next ball out of play will be our first media timeout of the evening. And really no surprise. Two good teams, lots of veterans on both sides. Zeros at this point. Really the expected result. Acosta, great chances for Kansas City so far. Sockers have had a couple promising looks that came up completely dry. This could be another. Charlie Gonzalez shifting it off to the right angle to Mendez. He had to run to capture that ball. Sockers still have it. Gonzalez Working on Marquez. Out to Costa. He will shoot and score! A ground ball that fooled everybody in white. They were standing still and watching as Gabigol puts the Sockers on the good foot. 1-0 San Diego.
Irmão Brasileiro Gabi Costa, knowing exactly where he's going to place that. He asked for it right there and off the top of the ball, giving it that top spin, having the ball just go and cruise along the ground. What a great strike. San Diego 1, Comets 0.
And a timeout at Frontwave Arena. The Sockers get the first one tonight and hold a 1-0 lead over the Kansas City Comets. These two legacy franchises back to lock boots next on the CBS Sports Golazo Network.
Wind 6 miles, runway 26 right, right on.
Back with you, 1-0 San Diego Sockers leading the Kansas City Comets, approaching 7 minutes left in the first quarter. A Gabby Costa goal, his third of the year from Charlie Gonzalez, his team high 6th assist at the 7:30 mark, the exact halfway point of the first quarter. Good for the first goal of the night. San Diego looking for more now. Keiko Gontan bumped off the ball by the veteran Vandegrift, and Miller whistles the foul. Quick restart, comes out to Raymond straight away. Leo on right wing. It's Leonardo de Oliveira into the middle to Gontan. Sticky feet there to keep that ball under control. Craig Childs was on left wing saying, what about me? The all-time Sockers goal leader, over 700 points in his career. 40-year-old waiting down low, hoping for a touch. Now a giveaway. Leo Acosta took it away from Gontan. The 22-year-old had Keiko step in and say, thank you. I'll take that back, please.
Cleaning up his own mess, doing well there, being your first defender. Once you lose the ball, watch out, Boris, under pressure.
Pardo almost lost it. Costa spun it into a corner blind. Scary coming off his foot until you saw the spin because he was looking at the goal. Leo brings one down. Leonardo de Oliveira. Little wall pass, nice and casual. Costa tried to jump over the legs of Nacho Flores, the captain of the Comets. Didn't work out. Here's Ruggles, and Ejimadu finds a loose ball that he's able to gobble up. Under 6 minutes to go in the first. Hope we've taken care of the sound issues. Great to have all of you with us on the CBS Sports Golazo Network. I'm Craig Elston with Tony Sanchez and Melissa May, and I'll repeat these things at another time. Here's Ruggles. Pino. Chested down by Serta, but stepping in, Henry Ramirez finding Marquez, the all-star, trying to turn. Blocked by Charlie Gonzalez, who put his body in harm's way.
Closing all angles, really keeping his distance and space. Charlie Gonzalez making sure that there was no angle for that ball to pass through. Great defensive effort by Charlie.
Here comes Tavoy. Morgan got leaned off of it, but a foul is called. I'm not going to read any liners right now.
Good call there.
It seemed like a mistake. Under 5 to go. Vandergriff. It is Vandergriff waiting on a return ball in front of the Kaiser Permanente logo.
Feeling out period by both of these teams. The Sockers were fortunate to strike first, but it's still very early where good defensive teams will give very little space and try to understand each other. Here's a good chance.
It is Gutierrez finding himself open, waiting for a bouncing ball to drop. He bangs it off right post, just a little bit wide.
And here the Sockers are going to start building once again. They are liking this right side for their attack so far.
Well, very casual on trying to break out here. Cerda allowing Lucas Souza to be all over him. Now a double team greeting Gontan. Third man stepped in, and the Comets do get the ball, but it hops over the low wall and out of play.
And Gontan seems to be having a little bit of trouble this game, just maneuvering off that first touch, losing the ball, coming back and defending well, but still not being able to have that as an outlet is hurting so far.
Gontan pushed off by the veteran Ramon Palmer. 10 years in the league, 9 in Kansas City. He had a 1-year busman's holiday out to Tacoma. Every other year he's been in Comets red. Right on the center shield. Kansas City restart. Gontan brings it down. He's got Charlie Gonzalez. Errant touch there. Was trying to spin it back to a defender. Instead it comes back to KC. Marquez lost it over the low wall, and it's back to San Diego. And this has been a fitful minute or two of back and forth and going nowhere. Green Drop offers a better alternative than the outdated compression sleeves and socks, truly providing long-lasting relief at an affordable price. Check out Green Drop at greendropcompression.com. greendropcompression.com. Pressure by the Sockers, a little bit of a high press. Mitchell Carton is trying to bring it down to the captain, Craig Childs. Chip back out to Marquez at midfield with Junior Kazim running on left wing. Ball is deflected and is going to roll into the grateful paws of Pardo. 3:18 left in the first. 1-0 San Diego.
Usually Sockers are tidy in possession here, inviting the pressure almost, and now some space for Ruggles.
With a 2v1 developing, Ruggles shoots it off the crossbar. Childs asking for the ball. Ruggles shoots again, wide left. Put Ejimadu into a dive, but just wide of the post. 2 good looks for Drew. The other way, Kazim. Junior Kazim. Didn't see anything he liked. It was the end of his shift, and he's going to come off.
You know, sometimes when you fancy yourself as a player, you had a hat-trick performance, you got to let it rip here and there, see if you can start off on that same foot. Drew Ruggles, 2 good looks, like you said, Craig.
Boy, one thing the Sockers have been pretty good about so far, and it's been an even month. 3 out of 5 so far they've taken the lead, but it just feels like, for the most part, defensively, San Diego has come out very strong and very determined in these home matches. Here's Reggett trying to flick it through Cerda, who held off the attackers long enough for Pardo to pick it up and wing it out to Sebastian Mendez. The youngster out of Dallas, Texas, trying to integrate himself into the San Diego flow. Minute 45 left to go in this one, in the first quarter. Taken away, it's Lennis. Looking for Reggett, back to Lennis, and he corkscrewed one wide with a good look at the short post.
That's when you have to put on target. Either you get a rebound or it's a very good chance of it going in. Having that shot go wide is probably the worst case scenario in that situation.
Vandegrift. Mikey Lennis. 4 assists this year in 6 games for Lennis. Marquez, little backheel pass, trying to feed Pino. Can the Sockers take advantage and counterattack the other way? Gutierrez had to wait for the ball off of the wall. That allowed a double team to come, and the entire offensive flow fizzled. Just like that, but then a steal by Mendez, and Charlie Gonzalez leans into it, and a hip save by Ejimadu. Marquez the other way, final 45 seconds of the first quarter. Pino controlling the action. Ramon Palmer back to Tetsane. Pino shovels one in. His former defensive partner, Mitchell Cardenas, those two were a tag team for about 4 years. Took it away. Now there's 17 seconds. Sockers could get the last shot if they can put something together offensively. Gontan's the guy to do it. He's the connector. Keiko Gontan. Childs tried for a one-touch flick. Gontan got knocked down. No foul was called. With 3 seconds left, this one will be bent wide of Pardo's net, and that's how the first quarter comes to an end at Frontwave Arena. One goal, Gabriel Costa from Charlie Gonzalez at 7:30. 15 minutes are done, but stay right there. Second quarter run from Oceanside, California is next. You're watching the Major Arena Soccer League on Golazo.
What's going on, Sockers fans? We are down here with our AXS Lucky Seat Upgrade winners. We've got Jordan and Mateo. Not only are they fans of the Sockers, but they are also both strikers for your Oceanside Breakers Soccer Club. It's great to have them here with us. Don't forget to check out AXS, our preferred ticketing partner, for unbelievable experiences at games, events, concerts, and more. You're just one click away from an unforgettable experience. Mateo, Jordan, what do you have to say to the arena?
Go Soccer!
Yeah, let's go Sockers!
You guys are awesome.
During the coach for dissent, there's no power play.
Coming your way from Frontwave Arena in Oceanside, California. It's the Major Arena Soccer League on the CBS Sports Golazo Network, and we welcome you back. Along with Tony Sanchez and our field reporter, Melissa May, I'm Craig Elston. Glad to have our audio difficulties behind us, and glad to have you hearing us now for second quarter action. Shots were 6-6 in the first quarter, but the score is 1-0 San Diego. Gabriel Costa's goal from Charlie Gonzalez. Let's show you the goal. Why not? And let you see what you missed. A lovely pass. Really, more than anything, Costa just knowing what he wanted to do. And perfect placement on this shot. A low roller that had Ejimadu screened off the play. But now we're ready to resume action. They've switched sides. The Sockers in blue and gold will run right to left on this one, while the Comets in the second quarter in white with red numbers will run left to right. And here we go with the second quarter. Boris Pardo, the MASL's all-time wins leader in net. And a Kansas City native, makes his off-season home in Kansas City. His family is there as well. Here's Tavoy Morgan. Morgan stepping in. Morgan, little pump fake. Out to Serta, who blasts it hard into the crowd. Just missing a guy. That looked like a 70-mile-an-hour rocket into the stands there, Tony.
Yeah, may need to get a speed gun out there to see how far these the exit velocity of some of these balls, but definitely what you would expect here from two very good defensive teams. A 1-0 quarter. We're very, very tight spaces, and Kansas City looking to take advantage one here.
2v1 here, but then another bullet into humanity. This one off of the foot of Junior Kazim, right into a cluster of 8 people and a young woman holding her hand to her heart in fear as that ball was put right at her. Wow. Keep your head on a swivel if you're on the western and eastern side of Frontwave Arena.
Can't say it's not exciting, right?
It's exciting. Here's Mitchell Cardenas. Here's Keiko Gontan in midfield. And this game presented to you by the Major Arena Soccer League. Thankful to have you along on the CBS Sports Golazo Network. They're kicking around the official match ball of the MASL, created by MITRE. Established in 1817. MITRE, one of the leading soccer brands worldwide. Learn more at MITRE, MITRE.com. Here's Leonardo de Oliveira. Mitchell Cardenas into the corner looking for the captain, Craig Childs. Childs with 2 goals, 1 assist so far this season. Leo brings it down. The Brazilian has 299 points in his MASL career. He's 1 from 300. Probably didn't hear it earlier, so I'll say it again. It was Tavoy Morgan having his 200th point on an assist in Tacoma last Friday. 140 goals, 60 assists. Love to see these veterans putting together big-time numbers in their career.
And it's good for them to show exactly what the soccer's mentality is and then can be. Some of the newest players coming in haven't learned the soccer's way, but they've shined in their own very specific ways as well. But these are the players that the young ones are going to look to and say, this is how San Diego likes to play.
Vandegrift tried to bring down that fly into the zone. Ball's been hanging up in the air. Tetsani couldn't control it as he worked his way into the offensive area. Now Keiko Gontan comes back the other way. He'll answer to Sergio if you speak to him real nice. Tavoy back to Gutierrez. Christian. Aaron Touch jumping off of the bench was Serra. Now Charlie Morgan trying to turn to his right foot. He couldn't get around on that ball. Back to Costa, back to Morgan. That ball bounded off of his shin. 2nd minute gone in the 2nd quarter. Serra with a little space on right wing. Stepping in Acosta, stepping through Serra. Down low Gutierrez. Gutierrez whistles it parallel to the goal line. Costa brings it back. And Vandegrift slide tackles the ball off of the corner wall. Very well done. Here comes Chad Vandegrift, formerly of Milwaukee and Florida. The now inactive Florida Tropics franchise. Had 61 blocked shots last year, Chad Vandegrift, a total that almost seems crazy.
Part of his contribution in what was a pretty good, stellar return to form late in the season for Kansas City that saw them lead into being Eastern Conference champions.
Indeed. This year, just one 12-team table. Top 8 will make the playoffs. Quarterfinals and semifinals will be right here at Frontwave Arena. April 4th, 5th, and 6th. Charlie Gonzalez dancing in over the red line. 3rd minute, done 2nd quarter. All the stops and starts on top of the ball from Charlie. Settles it out to Serra. Costa in between. Raymond on the wing. Around the umbrella, the ball goes. Intricate passing, but nobody home in the zone. And so after all of that, it's just spun out, and then the big fella, Childs, tries to lean in. So does Serra. Foul's called.
That was going to happen anytime. The contact with Serra as he still goes to the bench.
Bench warning on delay for the Sockers. There was also reportedly a yellow card shown during the break. I didn't see. I'm going to refresh here on our MASLsoccer.com, but I believe it was a bench yellow because no one's in the box. Cardenas in trouble, gave it away. Point blank save, Pardo. Lennis got a gift, and Pardo said you can't unwrap that. Now shoved off is Charlie. Lennis on the way in. Wall pass. Gontan took it away from Junior Kazim, who was waiting to pot home the equalizer. Good pressure by the Comets, including Marquez, kicking it to Pardo's grasp. Now, Boris unloads one over the head of Ben Raymond. Last touch by Pino. Quick restart for Raymond. Sockers have it. 4th minute done, second quarter. 1-0 San Diego. Leo charging in. What a save! Ejimadu got his hands in front of a bullet.
Very difficult to see that ball through traffic and being able to get down with that speed and parry that ball. Fantastic save by Ejimadu.
Corner kick, San Diego. Scored on one of these in Tacoma on Friday. It was Charlie DaCosta that night. Could it be again? It's Charles! Crossbar down, but not in. And then Leo bangs it into the Modelo Cantina on the fly. One hop into some cerveza mexicana.
That's as close as you're gonna get. Childs getting that ball off the crossbar, just rebounds in the wrong angle.
Man, some hard shots in the last couple minutes. Bombs. Reggett, he wants to put his laces into one. Instead, he just gets bumped for a simple foul. Each field player can have 3 fouls in a half without incident. If you get 4 fouls in a half, it's an automatic blue card. If you get 6 fouls in a game, you foul out. Just like basketball. They show you a red card, but it doesn't change the field players. Oh, a Costa rebound! Knocked down blind by Ramon Palmer. Couldn't put it on net, or else it would have been 1-1. Leo, he's got a man. Costa, an all-Brazilian pass. Costa tips it wide open. Juan Salazar, the Colombian. Too many touches. Couldn't get the shot away. He was alone in the middle of the crease, and he played with his food too long.
Trying to set himself up a little bit too perfectly. Looked like that should have been a first-time touch of a shot, even if it's with your right. Thought about it too much. It's a good play.
Gets it back over to Gutierrez. There was a nice 1-2 between Morgan and Leo. Couldn't get the shot, though, going down the middle. Now Morgan trying to turn, spins it back. He got held on the jersey, and it'll be a free kick for San Diego attacking.
Devoy hasn't been able to make that final spin to absolutely uncork a shot like we're used to seeing. And now a set piece here. And San Diego's been very, very good on set pieces so far this season.
Charlie. Oh, it caught its way in. Charlie kicked a curveball. Looked like it either went off Ejimadu's leg or the back of Guerrero Pino's heel. And into the net for 2-0 San Diego.
Fantastic technique, the Charlie Golazo on this set piece free kick. You can see him finding exactly where that space is going to be. It's a choice. It's either you're going to extend fully to your left, but that ball had enough venom to just carambolear entre los palos.
Charlie's second point of the night, third goal of the year. I seem to remember on Soccer's Overtime on Tuesday night, Tony, talking to you and saying Soccer's midfield creators need to start creating a little more. Gabi Costa a goal, Charlie a goal, and an assist. Asked and answered. Now just get Leo and Mendez involved and you'll have yourself a full gumbo. Lucas Souza bends one, looking for Marquez on the left wing, pin down, tried to refeed Souza, now shovels it, great chance, kick save, rebound headed wide, rebound off his seat, Pardo does it again, bang, bang, double save, Pardo! Oh my goodness, the King of Queens, he's got that nasty glower going, the dark burning black eyes, smoky.
Implacable Boris Pardo. He is feeling it tonight. He's exactly where he needs to be. And even where he's not, you just somehow appear and make that stop. Here we go.
Childs back, punch save, Ejimadu loose in front. Phillips got it. 6 minutes done in a wild second quarter. 2-0 San Diego. Here's Junior Kazim trying to give it back to Reggett. Gutierrez was there at the moment of truth. Then almost cleared defensively. But Charlie lucky to get it off the low wall. Now Charlie a steal with Gontan on his right. Charlie down the middle. Rushing him was Kazim from behind. Junior Kazim picked his pocket.
Very good burst there by Kazim. Being able to use that speed and strength to get on Charlie's left peripheral and just sneak that ball away from him. Very good defensive effort there.
Boy, Kansas City has to be wondering how they didn't score on that sequence. Wide open header look there that was wide. That was the best look of them all. But then Pardo, 2 point-blank reaction saves. Leal got himself out of hot water. He's got Gutierrez in floor with Tavoy. Gutierrez's shot blocked by his former teammate, Guerrero Pino. Leal cleverly brings the ball down and around. Cardenas to Morgan. Morgan drops it. Morgan spinning it from right to left foot, back to right. Now it's Gutierrez in the middle. Costa tried for a one-touch flick. Leal boxing out, basketball style. And back to Costa. Great start to this match for San Diego. 2-0, but a lot of positive indicators.
You're starting to see them trying to get Tavoy going, feeding him the ball more, but he's getting defended very physically right now. That's a matchup to look for here.
Morgan setting up on the edge of the crease up top. There he is on left wing. Back to Costa, trying to get to the middle. Raymond's got it. Back out to Charlie. Great start to this match for Juan Carlos Charlie Gonzalez. In fact, those 2 points, 275 in Charlie's career. Not exactly a round number, but one of those nice ones. Quarter stack. Just a quarter away from 300 now. Charlie, speaking of, pop flies one. Costa then spins it into the crowd. And that will bring us to the second quarter media timeout. Charlie takes advantage on a free kick. Soccer's defense powered by Pardo. It's 2-0 on Galazzo.
Indoor soccer fans, it's time to unleash a giant leap for fandom. Introducing MASL Indoor Soccer Fantasy Football. Build your dream team, invite your friends, and create your own draft league, all for free. Draft and trade players and win bragging rights as your team dominates the league. With MASLI Football, you're not just a fan, you're part of the action. Go to MASLI Football to sign up, get started, and play.
And Solar Challenge. I am here with my man Ryan. He is a local to Oceanside, also coaches the City SC team in Carlsbad. He's here with his dad Craig, who recently celebrated his 70th birthday. Round of applause for Craig. All right, Ryan, your task today is to get this ball from the goal line onto the bullseye. If you are able to do that in one kick successfully, you will get an air conditioning upgrade from Action. If not, you'll go away with a swag bag and lots of new fans. Are you ready? Let's go, audience, make some noise for Ryan. Here we go. Looks good, breaking from right to left. Blow some steam on that one. That's a good old kick. Oh, let's hear for him either way. The winner of it, Frontwave swag bag. Thank you so much, Ryan. Again, happy birthday to Craig, and thanks to Action, air conditioning, heating, and solar.
Back with you from Frontwave Arena, where Boris Pardo showed the fans one more time why he's one of the all-time greats in the MASL. Well, we're seeing the goal from Gabriel Costa earlier in the match for 1-0. We'll get you those saves momentarily. First, just a quick reminder that Green Drop offers a better alternative than the outdated compression sleeves and socks, truly providing long-lasting relief at an affordable price. Check it out. Find out more. Go to greendropcompression.com. Rion Marquez yet to get unlocked for Kansas City, but that big old Haas is off and ready to go. This one is fired into the concrete embankment behind the western goal.
And to say that Kansas City has been unlucky not to get a goal back is almost disrespectful to Boris Pardo's efforts, because he has been pinpoint accurate in his positioning so far, and his reactions are that of a vintage Boris Pardo as well.
Oh, Pardo screaming out as he had his distribution fumbled over the wall by Tavoy Morgan there. Boy, Boris is just locked in, you can tell. When he had that save, instead of a fist out or anything, he looked like someone stole his lunch. Vandergriff, there's another Pardo save.
Question on his mind right now is, why was he so open? Why did he have that look? That's the mentality that Boris has right now.
Yeah. Reggett, he's fired up. You love to see it if you're a San Diego fan. If you're a Comets fan, you'd probably like something else. Palmer and Gontan. We're tangling. Vandergriff is in control now on the Frontwave Credit Union logo here. Offensive midfield. Going left to right. Lucas Souza. Little step over, second step over. Mendez stays with. Wallace score a try. Knocked down Gontan. Gontan with two around. Push down, play on. Henry Ramirez does enough to get the ball away. 5 minutes, 22 seconds left second quarter. Marquez gets his pocket picked. Ruggles able to steal.
And Soccer's inviting that offensive pressure as well, waiting for the mistake and taking advantage to dispossess very neatly and then start constructing themselves. Here you have Leo, el maestro del midfield.
Cardenas has Gutierrez running off of him. Good overlapping run there. Went the other way, however. Leo out to Costa, and the Sockers continue to probe as they back up further. Pardo's going to make himself available for his one touch in the run. Instead, Costa goes up the left wall to Cardenas. Mitchell Cardenas, defender, into the corner. Ball came back up the half wall. Childs over in support, the forward for San Diego. And it's back to De Oliveira. And Leo, 1 point from 300 in his MASL career, which started in Detroit, moved through Ontario, and came here to San Diego his 7th year with the Sockers. It's amazing how time flies. Leo came to the club in my first year back with the club, 2018-19. Here's Costa. Costa! Backdoor Childs! He's got the goal! Costa with eyes on the side of his head. Spotted the captain on the back post for a slam dunk. And it's 1, 2, 3. The Sox are on a roll.
And all credit to Gabi Costa, knowing exactly where his captain is located. With that body language, you don't necessarily know if he's going to shoot, if he's going to cross. Bit of a hybrid, some sauce on that pass, la diagonal matona. And Craig Childs does the easy thing. He's just tap it in that angle. Gets the credit. That is a fantastic Sockers goal once again.
San Diego playing a very precise match so far. And for Childs, his 484th goal as a San Diego Socker. That counts his time in the Professional Arena Soccer League and the Major Arena Soccer League. 16 years wearing the Sockers shield. Craig Childs. Tetsane under pressure in the corner. Got loose. Lennis able to spin it over to the veteran Pino. Looking for Marquez. Rion. Shoots, blocked Raymond.
The defense is very well positioned as well. Not letting a lot of options for the Comets develop. As a foul here in the midfield.
Lennis just bringing down Gontan. Don't forget to catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV and here on the CBS Sports Galazzo Network, where Alex Bastiavansky and Phil Levanko are joined by special guests from around the league to recap the weekend's action and discuss the hot topics in the MASL. MASL Monday. Find it on MASL TV on YouTube or watch it live on the CBS Sports Galazzo Network. 3 minutes, 10 seconds left in the half. Zach Reggett and the Comets trying to get back into this one, down 3-0. And a touch foul in the corner. It's going to give the Comets a nice opportunity here with what amounts to a corner kick from the left side. Here come the skill players. Nacho Flores, assist leader and captain. He'll be on the ball. He's got Souza and Reggett. Plays it back. Souza then kicks it off of the big board. only taking one tile out along the way.
That's the tallest tile that's gone down so
It
far
is.
in this arena.
You're absolutely right.
Hopefully there is a ladder tall enough to repair those.
Boy, top row.
Excellent.
Wow. See something new every night at Frontwave Arena. Here's Nacho Flores. It's a little spin along the bench wall, but Acosta couldn't get the ball back to him. Coming up at halftime, we will bring you an excerpt of our interview on Soccer's Overtime with Tavoy Morgan. Soccer's Overtime is back on the San Diego Punto Football page on YouTube every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Pacific time with Tony and myself. We chatted with Tavoy last night. You'll see part of that interview, plus MASL in 5, first half highlights, and third quarter kickoff, all still to come. Will there be another goal before then? 2:18 to go in the second. Leo dancing with Acosta around him. Pardo then kicks it down the middle. Morgan yanked for a moment. Then Flores kicked up in between his arm to kick it out of play.
Flores very crafty there and really utilizing even his fall as something to get in the way and make Tavoy uncomfortable in receiving that pass. Good defending there as well.
Leonardo de Oliveira. 2 minutes left in the second quarter. Pardo looking for Morgan. Morgan was crying for a handball off of Flores. Didn't get it. This one bounces over everyone. Now it's a race in the corner. And getting there first is Lucas Souza. And then Cardenas uses the high glass to take it away for a moment and then flicks it again. Boy, being a defender in this league is relentless work. You have to be focused every second you're out there. Marquez. Back to Vandergriff, and it's in for the goal. Partial screen right there. Costa right in between. No chance for Pardo to get a good look at that. And a wonderful rising shot by the veteran defender Chad Vandergriff. Big goal to get KC back in it at 3-1.
And that's all you have to do is just get that shot on target and hope that it's in the way of Pardo, and that's exactly what happened. Just getting out of the path of that laser shot. Pardo was in position. He just caught it a little bit too late. It was already behind him by the time that ball whizzed right by him.
And not only could he not see the point of contact, but also he had a Comet right in front of him who ducked at the moment that the ball came through. Pardo is screaming at the officials. Swung an arm.
Challenge flags come down.
Could the Sockers be attempting to challenge for interference? The red flag is out. Brian Elliott is talking to Phil Salvaggio, perhaps telling him that, well, we're going to find out. I won't speculate. We'll wait for Brian Miller to take the microphone. And here it comes.
San Diego attempted to challenge the last call. However, their challenge was late, and it is unaccepted. They lose their challenge for the remainder of the game.
Well, well, well.
All right.
Early bird gets the worm. Late bird loses the flag. Phil waited too long, burned his challenge. We'll take a look for ourselves and see if we could spot something
that even merits that challenge flag, let alone losing it. And Phil is absolutely livid, and we'll check this out right here.
Was there contact? That's the question. The player in the middle, Henry Ramirez, did he kind of jut out his backside right at the moment that the ball came to Pardo? That is the argument. Whether he did or not, a technicality has created a situation whereby there will be no review, and furthermore, San Diego won't get any more reviews. So much for that. And now the Sockers just boot one out of play. So things unraveling a little bit here, and there's 82 seconds left before halftime. One more goal for Kansas City completely changes this match. So very interesting time right now here on Golazo. Reggett and Ruggles were teammates in Florida together on the Ron Newman Cup final team in 2021-22. Now back, look at this, and a big save, Pardo. Second chance, Pardo sticks out his chest and pumps it in joy. Tetsane brings it down with the final minute. We're in the magic minute, second quarter. Mendez chasing Ejimadu and fouls him.
It's the intensity of this matchup right there. You saw it in the eyes of Boris Pardo. That second attempt, while it wasn't the most difficult save, was poignant in just looking at any direction of a comment saying, nope, not tonight. You got an easy one out, but it's not going to happen again tonight.
43 seconds in the quarter. Marquez back and forth. Wall pass just missed Acosta. And then shoveled into the corner walkway on an errant shot from outside.
Let me tell you, if you're a goalkeeper, you hate losing a clean sheet, let alone if you think that there was some sort of call there. And
Pardo still barking at Brian Elliott. They were jaw-jacking back and forth. Morgan over to Gutierrez, 30 seconds in the half. Back to Cardenas, hot ball, look out. Acosta comes flying in. Pardo settles things down a little bit. Over to Costa. That is Gabriel Costa. Now looking for Gutierrez, 16 seconds. Bounding into the hands of the keeper, Ejimadu. Acosta, 10 seconds. Nacho Flores. Nacho skipped by, it comes to Ramon Palmer. Whistles it across the goal mouth. And 3-1 is how the first half will come to an end. With a dynamic second quarter, still unhappy. Boris Pardo shaking his head, barking at the refs. But I tell you what, he's the difference between 3-1 and between this game being 3-3 or more. Pardo, spectacular in that frame, to Tony, to keep this a 2-goal match.
Certainly the difference maker. Pardo has been in the right place at the right time, but really has been also the energizer of the team, starting it from the back end, rallying the troops. It's a really good effort here by the veteran and showing the new players how it is done.
Phil is screaming at the refs, but now he's going to take a moment with a different tone to talk to Melissa May.
Coach, both your offensive and defensive units really seem to be gelling just 7 games into the season. How are you able to coordinate such a diverse roster so quickly?
You know what? We're clicking right now. We're a good team right now, and we're a bunch of good friends right at this moment. But we got a second half to worry about. We have a lot of emotions that are going through our locker room right now. We got to settle down and play the game.
Building off of that, what is your message going into halftime and coming out for a strong second half?
You know, we played good for 27 minutes, and in the last 3 minutes there, we just little fell apart in our motion. So we just got to get it back and start playing our game again.
Thanks, Coach. Craig, Tony, back to you.
Thank you, Melissa. And boy, Phil said it right there. Team playing with their emotions too much. Got a little hot under the collar, certainly led by the man on the goal line. But I tell you what, he might have been hot, but he was also red hot when it came to stopping the ball. Halftime, it's 3-1. Kansas City trailing the San Diego Sockers. We're back with a Tavoy Morgan interview from Sockers Overtime next. This is Galazzo. Halftime entertainment taking place at Frontwave Arena. Our score 3-1 San Diego leading Kansas City. Sockers have the lead by a 3-1 score. If you're a Sockers fan, you're always going to want to check out Sockers Overtime, the weekly show devoted to the San Diego Sockers and the MASL, Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific on the San Diego Punto Football YouTube page. This week, Tony and I had the chance to chat with Tavoy Morgan.
All right, what's going on with that thumb? Did Tony already ask you?
It's my wrist broken.
And you're playing with it. You don't need it on the floor. You just need your feet, right?
Yeah. I mean, I need it, but, I don't need it to shoot the ball.
Your teammate, Gabi Costa, had a broken wrist last year. I don't know, maybe you can ask him for a couple of tips.
I mean, he's the one who makes it happen, so the ball that he shoot in the game, I hold my hand.
Gabi Costa
Now I know when it. Now I remember. Now I remember the exact play. Now that you say it, holy cow, man!
Yeah, that was the play.
The dangers of being a professional athlete, my friend. You're stuck in the middle of it. Well, hey, let's talk a little bit about last weekend's game. Going up to Tacoma, avenging your only loss of the season. Final score 9-5 looks really good, but it looked like you guys needed to kind of, put it together in that second half when Tacoma made a run.
Yeah, we know what it was going to be like in the first quarter, second quarter, and going into the half, we have to take care of business. Can't make what happened in the first game when we went there happen again. So we just stick to her game plan, and we're happy for the victory.
Absolutely. And you were talking about this hard-fought match, and you're coming off of a great performance too here at home against Chihuahua. You netted 4 goals in that match. What are the importance of having that victory against Chihuahua, some arduous rivals here?
That victory always means a lot. That victory is going to always motivate you to just go on and keep winning and just take every team like that champion team. And the result going to show. And that's what we.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, it was such a big game, such an important statement for you guys. And it's a little different, though, this year, isn't it, Tavoy, with the single table, with the fact that the first 2 rounds are going to be single elimination. They're going to be at Frontwave Arena. Do you keep the same eye on a team like Chihuahua that you did last year, or do you kind of have to spread it around to everybody?
For sure, we're always going to keep our eye on Chihuahua because we're in the same conference. So we're going to always meet them either way. So it's not a surprise. We just got to always stay ready for them.
You've had some important moments at Frontwave Arena. What is it like playing in this brand new stage? Everything just smells so new still. And do you have any thoughts about playing in Oceanside as well, and just what it's been like this season for you?
Honestly, it's just been excited. Every time I go to the arena, I'm just excited. I'm all pumped up, ready, because new fans and the old fans mix. So I just always want to score to dance for them, do something to just put a smile on their face and just have them keep coming back and, going out in the community and do good and have them coming out supporting us. And we want to give them the victory, the championship. And that's the goal.
shoots, he scores!
MASL in 5, back once again. What's going on, folks? I'm Alex Bastiavansky. It is great to see you again. We got lots to get you caught up on from stuff that's gone down over the past few days, and we've got to preview what's coming up this weekend in just 5 minutes. So let's go.
Now on up to Reggett at the target position. Here's Reggett turning over to Acosta. He scoots and scores! Leo Acosta!
Fan voting for the MASL All-Star Game is now closed, and Leo Acosta of KC is one of your chosen forwards. 7 points so far this season. Also at forward is Nilton DeAndrade of Utica City, who will get to play in front of his hometown fans. He got 18.23% of the vote. He's got 6 points so far this season. And his teammate Juan Alava is the chosen defender. He's been rock solid for the boys in blue this campaign. 2 points so far to go along with 7 huge blocks for UCFC. And in goal, not a big shock to see, it's Willie B from the Milwaukee Wave. Always a fan favorite, and he has definitely earned the nod as Willie leads all goalkeepers this season so far with 5 wins. And be sure to tune into MASL Monday next week with myself and Phil Levanco, as Commissioner Keith Tozer will be on the show, and he will reveal the final chosen players for the big game. And of course, it's all leading up to the league's extravaganza, the MASL All-Star Game on that beautiful blue turf at the Adirondack Bank Center in Utica, New York on February 12th. Can't wait. Okay, big congratulations goes out to Nick Pereira of the Tacoma Stars, who last weekend recorded his 226th career assist to pass the legendary Leo Gibson and become the MASL all-time assists leader. Let's take a quick look at a few of the biggest games from last weekend. San Diego hosting Chihuahua. This was redemption for the Sockers, who last season dropped every regular season game to the Savage. Tavoy Morgan, huge, with 4 goals in the contest as Chihuahua suffers their first loss of the campaign. Baltimore hosted Utica City, and the Blast have UCFC's number so far this season. This is their 2nd straight win against them. They win the contest 10-4. Juan Pereira, 3 goals in the match. Tacoma headed to Empire to take on the suddenly surging Strikers, who have won 3 of their last 4 contests. Beautiful goal by Marco Fabian right there. Tacoma has now lost 5 straight contests. And congratulations to the Harrisburg Heat, who picked up their first win of the season over the Texas Outlaws. 9-8 the final score. Joey Tavernese with a hat trick in that contest, which leads us into the Players of the Week. In goal, Mike Stierhofer of the Baltimore Blast, his teammate Patrick Thompson, the defender, and offensively, Joey Tavernese, as mentioned, the hat trick against the Texas Outlaws. 6 points total over 2 games last week to get the offensive nod. Defensively, Patrick Thompson of the Blast, he was a monster against UCFC with 3 goals and 2 blocks as well. And your top goalkeeper, his teammate Mike Zierhofer of the Blast, 30 big saves for the weekend in 2 Baltimore Blast victories. Here are your top plays of the week now.
Esa frase le queda muy cómoda al que va ganando. Pregúntale a los otros.
Back it on the far wing, coming in, Huff, and little chip and a score! Oh, that was beautiful by Huff.
Dantas picks the ball up in the corner. Dantas on the swivel, and Dantas scores!
Favilla out to his right. Francis cross, second effort, finds the roof of the net.
In 4 years in San Diego, long shot and a better goal! Que golazo!
Opportunity, and he hasn't wasted it. Shot by Fabian! What an amazing goal, hitting that right side. The Strikers go up 3-1.
My goodness, Marco!
Forward to Pinal, off the wall. Pinal's got a chance on the bike. Rebound there. What a save from Zierhofer. And how many times can we say that Zierhofer has been on fire tonight?
Merging the corner on Cardenas, right open in the middle. Oh, baby! Boris Pardo save of the night by far.
And that is going to wrap things up for today's show. But just a reminder that all throughout the MASL season, to stay up to date with everything that's going on in the league, be sure to check out their official social media outlets. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
It's halftime. Here's your first half highlights. San Diego takes a 1-0 lead on a Gabriel Costa inch perfect goal, puts it into the mailbox, screening Ejimadu for 1-0. Sockers would build a 3-0 lead, 2-0 on the free kick by Charlie Gonzalez. How about the precision on these shots? That one right off the inside of Ejimadu. We're back to live action. We'll bring you some more as the broadcast goes along, but it's 3-1, the San Diego Sockers leading the Kansas City Comets. Craig Elston, Tony Sanchez, Melissa May, and our Emota television production crew here with you. It's Morgan turning to his right foot, blocked by his former teammate Pino in the chest. And that's how the first 30 seconds of the third quarter get rolling. Sockers are in blue and yellow. They are running left to right across your screens on the CBS Sports Golazo Network, Paramount Plus, Pluto TV, and the CBS Sports app. Gutierrez punched away by Ejimadu. The Comets in white with red numbers. White socks. They're running right to left. Here comes Boris Pardo, who was the man of the second quarter, to be sure, for San Diego. Leo, low bridges Nacho Flores and comes over to offer comfort as crashing in is athletic trainer Sean Demers. Hopefully he's okay. That was not a great collision right there.
Yeah, and Leo doing the right thing and making sure that the player's good to go, being very apologetic. You can see him having no other eye contact, that on the ball had no idea the Kansas City player was coming in swinging, and yeah, safety first of the player, and Leo knew there was no intention there, and hopefully everything is righted up here.
The man in the suit is the head coach of the Comets, former longtime defender Stefan Stokic. He's hoping that his captain Nacho is going to be all right. While he's being looked at by the trainers, we could go back to the rest of our first half highlights and get you caught up on all the action here. You saw Costa, you saw Charlie Gonzalez, 4-2-0. Hoping that we'll see Flores getting out of a crouch here before too long. Now you see, once again, the Charlie Gonzalez goal. Still trying to decide if that went off the inside of Ejimatu's leg or off the heel of Pino. Regardless, here comes the Boris Pardo highlights. Point blank saves. Just incredible action. Souza had a good look. Now, Costa finding Childs on the back post for 3-0. The captain, as always, knows how to finish it, and Costa spotted him. Brilliant work by the midfielder. Back now to more Pardo action. There was the goal by Vandegrift. Pardo thought he was screened, maybe even bumped by Henry Ramirez. I think he was. That got him hot. Flores is still down. And that is certainly a troublesome sign, Tony, for the Kansas City Comets. Nacho Flores, a player that is an organizer for this team. He is the captain of the Kansas City Comets and somebody that you certainly hope, whether he's gotten the wind knocked out of him, whether his bell was rung a little bit, you hope it's nothing serious right now.
Yeah, and as opposed to what some people may think, and yeah, the floor is certainly giving a little bit. It is carpet, but it's still a hard surface.
Very hard.
Battling against gravity. That's why you see some of these goalkeepers make it look easy when they put their body on the line and they go to ground violently. But this is now a good sign to see.
Yeah, and I apologize. I thought I had seen 23 down. That is 29. That is Mickey Lennis. And he was down so long that I had a hard time seeing. So sorry to the Kansas City fans for making you think it was Nacho. It is Lennis that is down, the second-year player, and still looks groggy to me. Feel like he might have had some head contact to the turf. He is going to be helped off, and we sure hope we'll see him again later in the match. Great sportsmanship by many of the San Diego Soccer season ticket members standing to salute Lennis. And we watch as he is going to go to the locker room. He is not going to stay on the bench. So certainly a significant injury for Kansas City. MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more, including news on the MASL All-Star Game going to Utica, New York on February 12th. Go to MASLsoccer.com, search around on the news tab. You can find not only the 24 original selections, but then the 4 voted upon selections. And if you go back and watch MASL Monday on YouTube, scan through the first 8 minutes or so, you can find the Capelli Commissioners picks. Joey Tavernisi of the Harrisburg Heat with 12 goals, and old friend Gordy Gerson were the last 2 players added to the squad. Zach Reggett's one of 4 All-Stars. Souza Costa, his shot is wide. And another All-Star, Gabri Costa, brings it down.
Now really a time to reset. It does take an emotional toll on a team to see a player go down like that, but it can also inspire a side to really make this a very close match with 1 goal. It's a 3-1 matchup, cutting a deficit in half.
Childs heads the ball into the offensive corner. Ejimatu. Take it back. Childs shot it off the soccer script logo above the frame. Craig tried to knock that one out of the air and over Ejimatu. He spotted him out of position.
Right location, a little bit too much on the height there. But Craig Childs, always that nose for goal. Probably such a legendary player here.
Gontan gets tripped up by Andreas, who has a quick curse as he gets up. And he's ready. I almost feel like the crowd even filled in a little bit. We were trying to judge it during the break. Now that everyone's back in their seats, not bad for a Wednesday night. Friday night, military night. Texas Outlaws in town, the winless Texas Outlaws. We'll be right back here on Galazzo, Tony, and Melissa, and I, and the Emoto crew. 7:35 once again. 7:30, you'll get our show open for the Sockers and the Outlaws. That's what makes this match so big, Tony. Sockers win this one, take the win streak out to 6. Then you've got Texas on Friday. Then you go to Toyota Arena Monday for an MLK Day match against Empire. And if you take care of business against those clubs you'd be favored against, all of a sudden you'd be looking at top of table pretty quick. Charlie Gonzalez. Because teams in the league have played 6, 7, 8, or 9 games, Texas has only played 5. You can't really look at the point totals to decipher the standings. You have to look at points dropped. How many points have you not gotten in the season so far? Henry Ramirez checking in. And so far, the top 5 teams in the league all have 4 points dropped. That means San Diego, with 2 matches in hand on some of the leaders, still has a look at the top record. Turning Marquez. His shot or wall pass was wide. Gontan trying to find space, acting as the 6 for this team. Organizing midfielder in the back. Mendez kicked away by Pino. Christian Gutierrez will come up from the back, head to the bench, and the Sockers enact a line change. 11 minutes, 30 seconds, clock running, third quarter, Frontwave Arena, Oceanside, California, the San Diego Sockers, the Kansas City Comets. These teams started playing one another in 1983.
Some might say that's a clásico. You have 2 classic teams facing off each other. That's exactly what we have here. Historic franchises going head-to-head once again.
Reggett. And the funny thing is, we mentioned it, like some of the notes of this rivalry actually come from different songs. Like Reggett and Vandegrift's rivalry with the Sockers come from their time in Florida. But when they show up here in Kansas City, they still have that bite. Leo with the steal, taken away from Sosa, trying to chip it to Manu! He sailed it over the glass and into the concrete embankment. But it was a great idea, and it was a lot of fun to watch.
You're starting to see where the Sockers offensive players have their eyes. As soon as they get the ball, the first place they're looking is downfield to see if they have a chance to shoot, and that's twice right there now.
Reggett, who was also a teammate of Ruggles in Florida back in the day. Those two were in a straight-up tango. Acosta, the 22-year-old with burst. Wall pass, looking for Reggett. Ruggles interfered. Good intervention at the right time. However, I would say Kansas City is probing, and they are finding good questions to ask the San Diego defense. Sockers have been up to it so far. Next goal is pretty important. Could it be now? Costa to the middle. Tipped away by Leo. Leo again. Flicked by Reggett behind his keeper.
Comets not able to control that ball or even clear it, putting themselves in a precarious situation, but the Sockers unable to find the exact window to tap that ball in.
Here's Cardenas.
A couple of interesting matchups as you see here, as you said, former teammates in Ruggles and Reggett. Same thing with Tavoy and, well, Guerrero Pinanal, some of these Sockers players who know each other and have studied each other, not just in games, but in training as well.
Hey, by the way, we tried like multiple times to shout out Travis Peterson's kids, Jake and Laney, in the first quarter. But now in the third, let's do it again. Big shout out to the Peterson fam watching us on CBS Sports Galazzo Network. Here's Charlie. Charlie Galazzo tried it. Childs is waiting. Costa's shooting. Blocked by Pino. The warrior from Parral, Mexico, putting himself in the way.
Certainly an attribute that made Pino such a valuable player is the way he puts his body in harm's way and is able to restart the play as he does right here. Good pass.
Sending in Nacho Flores. Charlie, acrobatics to take it away. Pino comes diving in with his head. Cardenas uses his head. Pino uses his foot. Here comes Guerrero Pino charging into the corner. Wangs it off the wall. Marquez blasts it off the Sockers script. Logo above the frame. 8:35, clock running, third quarter. A lot of pressure applied by Kansas City. I am reminded that in last year's match, as Ejimadu is watching. He's got it. That Kansas City dominated the fourth quarter against San Diego in the second half in particular. Souza. Shot blocked by Gutierrez. Back to Souza. Blocked again by Gutierrez. Over to Kazim off the wall. Now to Vandegrift off the wall. Vandegrift's second bite of the apple. Ball gets knuckled up into the air, and it hops over the glass. Out of play. Last touched by Kansas City. 1 second away from where that would have been the stoppage for the break in the third quarter. Instead, Boris Pardo says, "Come hither, so I may throw it to thee." Now it's out of play, and now we've got an official's timeout. That's all it took. 7:57 remaining in the third quarter. No scoring yet in this frame, which means the next goal is ever so tantalizing. It's Sockers 3, Comets 1 on Galazzo. Sockers leading the Beasts of the East, the Kansas City Comets, 3-1. Comets have had such a great season so far. 4 goals per match. Here's a shot saved by Pardo. Second chance. Pardo punches it away. Rion Marquez leading the league in points. He got his 21st so far tonight. And important to note, the Comets lead the MASL in attendance. They've got the All-Stars, swept San Diego, beat them by 5 and 4 goals last year. A worthy opponent, to be sure. And we heard some guys downstairs, too, Tony, saying this could be the championship matchup. Who's to say it won't be?
Absolutely fantastic fan base that the Comets have, and they were rewarded last year with their efforts. It almost seemed like they really rallied behind this team and gave them the impetus to come back and become Eastern Conference champions. This would be a tasty matchup. The Sockers are also cashing receipts from the last couple seasons, and I know the Sockers remember what the Comets did to them last season as well.
These games are so physical. Our buddy Johnny Richardson was saying, I forgot how much these teams hate each other. And it's like, I know they barely play enough to hate each other this much. It's wild, but they really do. A couple seasons ago, 3 seasons ago, the Sockers and Comets played a game in San Diego where there were 20 cards shown. 12 in the fourth quarter. Let's hope nothing like that happens around here. We've had no cards shown so far through 2 quarters and change. Here's Tavoy to the right foot. Oh, baby, what a blast. And he hits crossbar and out. He hit that so hard I thought it could have gone in maybe.
He's honing on that target, getting ever so close. You see Tavoy start to inch closer to completing that turn, finally getting a shot. We're going to see the power that you're mentioning there.
Ooh, barred down again. That's twice for San Diego. Childs once, Morgan once. Free kick. Charlie's potted one of these already tonight with a lovely ground strike. Tries with the air this time. Childs tried to bring it down. Costa's got it. Flicks to the middle of Jamadu, no problem. Low-scoring affair, 3-1. But given the defenses of these two teams, they're just playing to form. That's all you can say.
match is going as billed, really, and it's going to take something special for one of the teams to really break away. But they're both studying each other, waiting, being patient, showing each other's hand here and there, but not the complete
Marquez had a moment where he thought he was going to be able to turn to his left foot. Cardenas did just enough. Now Tetsane! Oh, what a shot! Right post and out. Ball was a blast. Marquez trying to bring another one down. Rion in between three. Bike tried by Tetsane, but he was falling down. Then he tried for a left-footed half volley, and he missed. And Leo's coming up the wall with the ball for San Diego. An ambitious shift for KC, but no joy. 5.5 left in the third quarter. The Sockers got the fourth goal. That would be a major bummer for the Comets' win hopes. Mendez, can he dance himself into something? Sebastian with the shimmy shake. Back out to Cardenas. Pressure. Cardenas shovels it into the corner. Chasing Mendez, still loose. Ejimadu was able to pull it into his grasp. 40 minutes complete in this one. 20 remaining. Reggett fouled by Cardenas. Reggett actually called for the foul. Austin Saini makes the call. And then they reversed it? No, they did not. Okay. It is Soccer's kick. Ruggles bends it. Childs looks, turns and shoots. Paul save Ejimadu.
What an excellent look and fantastic vision by Drew Ruggles. Childs waiting patiently just to get that boot through the ball.
Philip Ejimadu, Minnesota native, 25 years old. Marquez coming down the floor, rolling it right wing. Ramon Palmer lifting it across, too high, no chance for back post attempt from Ramirez. Then Vandergrift the steal, and Marquez shoots and scores. Rubs his hands together in joy, and there it is. A big goal for Kansas City. They've got two back, and it was Vandergrift coming in to feed Marquez at close quarters for 3-2.
Vandergrift anticipating very well right there, following the path of the ball and a good turn and shoot. Nothing for Boris to do, and a point-blank attempt there. Almost a gift that the Sockers gave up, trying to transition out of the back there. But this now turns into a very, very interesting scoreline. 3-2, San Diego still up by 1.
Marquez is 13th from Vandegrift at 10:35 for 3-2. I'd say in classic soccer parlance, that was an earned goal. You felt that goal coming for a while. And now the Sockers need to stitch themselves back together somewhat. There's been a little bit of reactivity, of defending. Need to see this turn back the other way. 4 minutes left in the third. Great effort by the visitors in KC. Now Leo just whiffed on that pass. He's put his team in hot water here. Ruggles trying to get out. Andreas got past the leg of Kazim. Nacho Flores steps in, finds Andreas to the middle through the legs of Vandegrift. Then Souza refeeds the middle. Flores tried for the crazy half bike. Had a hand on him as he shot it wide into the corner. Now some space. Morgan sending in Costa. Gabriel Costa. Little fake. Off the wall. Morgan's alone. He shoots and it's blocked off the line by Andreas. Ejimadu was out of the play, but it was a double team standing on the wall right there to keep the ball off the line. Costa once again. 3:10 left in the third. Giveaway San Diego.
Ejimadu's going to owe his defenders one on that. Just a line clearance, doing very well. More pressure here by the Sockers now.
Costa, Raymond, the 6'2 defender, able to bring it down. Well done using all of his frame. Under 3 to go in the third. Costa can't get a foot on that one, and it's going to bounce out of play. Lightly punched by a Sockers fan, ever so gently. Back to Tetsane.
We've seen the best of the Comets in this third quarter. See if they can build off of the momentum that they've had.
The superstar Marquez try to back heel feed in for Palmer. Then a tip steal. Palmer, middle, Tetsane, we're tied! Lucia Tetsane, Sockers fall apart in the back end, and KC takes advantage. 1, 2, 3. Comets streaking the other way in a 3-3 tie.
And just like they've been doing all game, creating that pressure, putting bodies in the last third, and really being rewarded once again for that hard work. They're going to have to take a timeout and reassess, because it is now a tie game, and it is anybody's game from here on out.
You're not kidding. What a turnaround in this one. Well, it gives us a chance to peruse the MASL standings, and as we mentioned, it's pretty jumbled up top. Chihuahua leads with 20 points at 7-1. However, 8 matches played. Take a look at that column on the left. That's matches played. Wave, Blast, Comets, all 7 matches played, all at 17 points. The Sockers, 6 matches played, 14 points. So as you could see, if San Diego would be able to get all 3 points in their next 2 wins tonight and Friday, they'd be at 8 matches and 20 points, even with Chihuahua, and with a win against the Savage in their hip pocket. Here's the bottom of the standings. Utica and Dallas would be in playoff position, and then you've got kind of a mess at the bottom with St. Louis, Harrisburg, Tacoma, and Texas, all in various shades of struggle, from 2-7 to 0-5 down there at the bottom. 8 out of 12 make the playoffs. Those 8 teams come here to Oceanside for quarterfinals on April 4th and April 5th, semifinals on April 6th. The Ron Newman Cup finals will be a 3-game affair staged at the home venues of the 2 finalist teams. More information at maslsoccer.com. We've got the true definition of a brand new game. 3-3 score, 3 for San Diego, now 3 for Kansas City. Lucas Souza charging in. Charlie able to chip it out, but Henry Ramirez brings it back down to the toes of the Comets.
The Sockers have not been able to generate as much offense as they have in the first 2 quarters. And that's going to be their best response right now. You've been punched in the mouth. That's how it's going to be a matter of how you respond to that. We'll see if they can clean it up here. Boris, the ball's going to bounce out and a gift for Kansas City.
It was Tetsane's 5th of the year from Ramon Palmer. That goal at 12:30 of the 3rd quarter. Well, you just take, as Coach Salvaggio said in the halftime interview, the first 27 minutes of this match completely different. Marquez turning, left-footed shot blocked off of a Comets leg to the left wall. Vandegrift charging in, wall pass. Evades Marquez. 90 seconds and less now in the 3rd quarter. Been a little bit all Comets here, a 2-0 quarter. Can San Diego get one back? No, how about a steal the other way? Tetsane with Palmer. These two just teamed up in a goal. And a save by Pardo to deny the go-ahead tally from Tetsane. Palmer runs it down. 1 minute and 5 seconds left in an all-Comets 3rd quarter. And as mentioned, this team really controlled the second halves against San Diego last year. They're doing it again. The younger, fitter, more athletic KC team. Oh, this will be a shootout for San Diego. And a mistake by Ejimadu has just given the Sockers a chance to take this lead right back. As Ejimadu realized he had lost the ball to Keiko Gontan, and he did the cynical thing, but the proper thing. He just wrestled him to the ground. Last man back. This is going to be a penalty against Ejimadu. The all-star, who doesn't play anymore, Nicolau Neto, is going to come in to face a shootout.
Blue card.
And it looks like
Kansas
the
City
captain, Craig Childs, will get the chance here, Tony.
And really a last resort here. Ejimadu realizing that se le caía la noche, the night was falling on him, and utilize his hands, but not in the appropriate way there. Blue card, shootout situation, and now an opportunity for the Sockers to get some offensive points on the board in this 3rd quarter.
What a gift this would be to get the lead back. Childs will have 5 seconds to beat the keeper when the whistle sounds. There's the whistle. There's the touch and the goal. Captain America does it again. Craig Childs, 2nd goal of the night, 4th of the year, and a 4-3 Sockers lead.
And with that experience that Capitan Craig Childs has, He has 5 seconds, so he knows exactly how much to put on that weighted pass to himself and able to read Neto's decision making. He's coming out, giving you the right side. Go ahead and lace it through. Easy shot on target for Craig Childs.
14:09, that time of goal. And it changes the whole quarter and the whole match. The Comets were in control. The Sockers were looking for answers. They felt like they were a team that had discombobulated. One mistake, and it's a 4-3 San Diego lead, and 40 seconds left to do some more. Raymond, Mendez in the corner. Sebastian falls down, play on. Says Miller, the official giveaway. Raymond's got it back. Ruggles in the corner. Ruggles to Raymond. Raymond in hot water. Ben Raymond to the right foot, off the wall, looking for Mendez, and he got a blind touch on it and shoved it just a bit wide, the ball. 15 seconds remain in the third. Marquez trying to sell a blue card or more. He goes down. It's a common foul against Kansas City, against San Diego.
The Sockers really need to go ahead and harness this energy as well and keep putting that pressure on. Ejimaru definitely knows that that goal is on him. He was apologizing to his teammates, and not let Kansas City have the time of day to construct their play, because, again, they are still on top of it this third quarter.
Acosta, great look. Sosa missed, and then Marquez had another good look, but the horn beat him to the ball. 45 minutes complete, 15 to play at Frontwave Arena, and we've got ourselves a classic. It's the Sockers 4 on the Childs shootout goal. The Comets have 3, and we got 15 minutes left to show with right here on the Golazo Network.
Toss, get ready to toss your frisbees in 3, 2, 1. You have 1 minute to toss your frisbees. You know how this works. If your frisbee lands in one of the 2 barrels, you're taking home $224 cash tonight. $224. I don't know, I could use that. So aim for this barrel or this barrel. Come on now, you've got, oh, it is raining frisbees right now. If you've got a frisbee in your hand right now, make sure to toss them, because if they don't toss them in the 1 minute, it's not gonna count. So, I am in the line of fire making this sacrifice for you because I love you. But if you've got a frisbee right now, toss it. You've got 30 seconds. 30 seconds to toss your frisbee. Underhand, overhand, behind the back. I don't care how you do it. Just land in that barrel or that barrel to take home some money. Cash. $224 or it's on the line. And of course, bragging rights, which I guess could be just as good, right? All right, 10 seconds, my friends. If you've got a frisbee in 10, 9, 8, toss it now. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's see. Oh, we got one here. If you have frisbee, yellow frisbee number 922, congratulations, you've won. And you are our sole winner tonight. You're taking home $224. Heading over to the merch booth on the east side of the arena to get your cash. Congratulations, and thanks to everyone for participating in the frisbee toss. This is the best part of the game for me, so I appreciate it. 922, yellow frisbee, get your cash.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Junkyard Sports Bar and Grill T-shirt.
Back with you from Frontwave Arena, a Wednesday night of Major Arena Soccer League action on the CBS Sports Golazo Network. And if you're enjoying what you're seeing, two historic franchises doing battle, 4-3 San Diego with 15 minutes left to play. We invite you to join us for our next broadcast. Right back here in Oceanside on the CBS Sports Golazo Network. Check it out. That's Kaylin Sheridan, Canada's starting goalkeeper, San Diego Wave FC's starting goalkeeper, showing off that arm.
Cannon.
As she is throwing T-shirts and balls into the crowd. How about it, Kaylin? Love to see it. Again, Friday, not Wednesday, Friday, January 17th, 7:35 p.m., Sockers and Texas Outlaws. Right back here on the CBS Sports Golazo Network. Texas is winless on the year. San Diego wants to build momentum through a result here and then hopefully do a little house cleaning on Friday night and put up a big win. But I'm just loving seeing one of the great players in the world in women's soccer, Kaylin Sheridan. Many consider her the world's best goalkeeper. Out here enjoying soccer's action, throwing balls in the stands. She's loving it.
Yeah, they prepare for their own preseason coming up here in February, traveling to Coachella. But you know what? Enjoying some MASL action on a Wednesday. I'm sure she loves what she's seeing here. The performance by Boris Pardo as well.
Final quarter is live. If it's tied at the end of this one, there'll be a 10-minute golden goal overtime. And at the end of 10 minutes, if there's no scoring, there'll be a 3-round shootout and round-by-round sudden death if needed. That's where it could go. Right now, it's going to San Diego, all 3 points. They've got a 4-3 lead. Pardo bounces one. Morgan brings it down with the shoulder. Plays it out. Ruggles had a hat trick last game. The left footer. Attempted return pass stolen by Souza. Leo, huge run to beat a fellow Brazilian, Andreas, to the ball. Costa kept it moving. Lovely work. Can Morgan chase it down? Pino's there first. The former soccer gets it back to Ejimadu. Shout out to everyone staying up late in Kansas City for this one. Past 11 o'clock, past my bedtime if I was out there. But great to have you all at the watch party. Hope you've been enjoying this one. I'm sure you've enjoyed the comeback for the Comets. Who knows what this fourth quarter has to offer. Charlie Gonzalez for San Diego had the opening assist and then scored the second goal of the night. One thing we've seen in these home matches, for the most part, Tony, we've seen the Sockers much more score-friendly in the first half than in the second half. They've been much more of a defensive grind team in the third and fourth quarters. That probably won't be enough tonight to just defend and grind.
Absolutely. You're going to need a complete team performance, and it seems like that's going to be the case. Whoever the victor is today will be the team that performs the most completely in the fourth quarter. As there's almost some confusion and almost a six extra
men in the field, yeah.
Yes, casi.
Charlie, Keiko! Oh, Ejimadu, nope, lost the ball, and then they'll say Gontan fouled him. I actually kind of thought Ejimadu put his hand on Gontan the other way around, but it is what it is. Philip Ejimadu, the future, perhaps, of the Comets, just 25 years old. Not like Neto's aging. He's 29. Yeah, Nicolau Neto, one of the original 24 named to this year's All-Star team. He has started one game all year. This is the 7th start for Ejimadu. I don't think Neto's going to give up his All-Star spot to Ejimadu, but like he probably should.
Yeah, and his goals allowed average went down after having to intervene or try to intervene in a Craig Childs shootout.
This is a mistake by Kansas City. Chad Vandergriff just cleared it out of his defensive zone, out of play. That's going to lead to a top-of-the-arc free kick for San Diego, the most dangerous free kick in the sport. And if the Sockers converted this, the Comets would just be staring at the hole in their pocket right now. Leo looking for .300, blocked by the wall, and then taken away by Tetsane. So at least a sigh of relief for the Comets that they don't have a second bullet hole in their foot. Gonzalez blocked the shot attempt by Tetsane. Leo back rolls it over to Costa, to Morgan, chips it back down to Charlie Gonzalez. 12 minutes, 25 seconds, fourth quarter clock running. Leo again being pushed into a hard run, had to head it into the grasp of Pardo, who wheels it right back to his Brazilian. Over to Charlie. Space on right wing. Crosses the floor to Costa left wing. Costa to the middle looking for Childs for a hat trick. Brings it back out to Leo front and center. Third minute gone, fourth quarter. Leo just wide. Two good looks.
Absolutely. Leonardo doing a little bit more shooting than assisting. Almost getting it there, and that's going to be a foul in favor for the Sockers, who's going to have a good look and are trying to restart quickly, asking for the distance.
Sockers have been doing well on these. Here's Ruggles over to Costa, trying to keep the ball moving down to Leo. Double team comes back to Costa. Little space for the right foot. Middle, it's Childs. Put it up in the air to himself. Couldn't control the ball. The bouncing miter ball. Leo now. Gutierrez can run up on it. 11.5 and less now in the fourth. Leo lofts one. Ejimadu waits. Saw a higher hop off the wall than he was expecting, but able to corral it nonetheless.
Yeah, able to use that length of his arms to really also protect the body in case anybody was coming crashing behind him.
Rion Marquez is a handful. 6'4", listed at 215 pounds. The 27-year-old Brazilian has kept the Sockers defenders tired all night. Here's Acosta dancing in. Oh, got a little bit of a loose touch, and Gutierrez was able to take it away. Then Gabriel Costa got fouled. Looked like he got dead-legged a little bit. And that did kill the momentum of a potential counterattack, but the whistle was able to follow him. First three quarters saw 21 shots for Kansas City to 15 for San Diego.
If the Sockers want to go ahead and score, it seems like Gabi Costa is the way to go, but they also need to get Tavoy a little bit more involved as well. He's been close so far this matchup, hitting woodwork a couple times.
Pino just avoided a defensive clearance there. Got a lucky bounce off the top of the low wall. Back to the Sockers. Back to Morgan, who has been held shut out tonight. Pino has done a good job on him. Those two battled in training for years. Now it's Henry Ramirez the other way. Waits for the ball. His shot blocked by Raymond. Cool as a cucumber right there, staying in the path of fire.
Big Ben Raymond has had some important interventions this season. Also responsible for a cardiac save as well against Chihuahua.
Came into tonight with 17 blocks to lead the club. He's had a handful this evening as well. That ball kept alive by Souza. Now Raymond's charging to keep it away from Henry Ramirez. Off of the toe. Back for a bicycle try by Flores that was wide. Then Souza skips it, one-handed by Pardo, right hand to left. Trying to start a counterattack. It's Gontan in the middle. Mendez to left wing. Keiko Gontan feeds in Sebastian Mendez. Save Ejimadu, screaming for a handball. Handball has been received, and this is going to be another shootout for San Diego. The ruling from the official Miller is that Ejimadu touched the ball outside the crease with his hand, a deliberate ball-stopping motion, and that will lead to a Sockers power play, which will begin with a shootout.
Handball on the Kansas City goalkeeper. Because that handball was by the goalkeeper, that's an automatic shootout and a 2-minute power play.
Seems like it was deemed that this ball was heading towards goal directly, and it's another shootout situation.
Means Neto has to come in again. It's the second penalty on Ejimadu tonight. He goes in with Acosta, who's hoping to be able to run out at the end of the power play. But this begins once again with a shootout. And Childs will get another chance to beat Neto on the shootout and complete a hat trick, which would be his first of the year.
Really can't say that was a mistake by Ejimadu, just trying to get the most surface area here, but Childs with an opportunity. See what the captain has in store.
The whistle sounds. The captain shoots, and Neto makes a big save. Shootout comes up empty. However, 2-minute power play to follow.
Same strategy here. Childs tries to read the pathway and the selection that Neto has, read that body language, and just smacks it on Neto. But like you said, there's still 2 minutes of danger in a power play situation for the Sockers to take advantage and score a fifth and extend and double this lead in the fourth quarter.
Next goal can't win it for KC, but it just feels like the next goal is gigantic. Costa down to Leo. 2 minutes of power play. Morgan had it right in between his toes, and Vandegrift made a huge goal-stopping block.
Great scramble there to get bodies in front of the ball, not let Tavoy get comfortable or get a look. Now Sockers going to have to think about it.
This power play will count down either to 7:41 remaining on the game clock or to a Sockers goal. And Leo's shot was blocked away. Minute 32 left on the penalty. Leo to his left foot. Leo spins back to his right out of the left corner. Charlie Gonzalez and Gabby Costa. Costa to Morgan, down on the edge. Morgan back to Costa. Flicked and blocked by Vandegrift again with Neto down on his seat. Coming shorthanded the other way. Here comes Junior Kazim. 2v1 with Andreas. Kazim shoots wide. Sockers lead the league in shorthanded goals allowed with 2 and almost gave up a third. A minute 5 left in the man advantage. 4-3 San Diego. 8:45 on the game clock, counting down. Charlie. Over to Costa. 50 on the power play. Charlie down low. Childs kick save. Neto.
If you're Kansas City and you end up managing to kill this power play, that's going to bring some life and energy back into the team.
That's a foul on Morgan. Reggett is going to be able to rag a little bit more time here for KC. And it looks like a piece of the turf that we can't see on this side jumped up. The great Sonora Shaven just jumped over the fence. One of the Frontwave Arena's top crew members. She'll do it all. She's a
there we go.
Swiss Army knife. Yeah, what's that? Not the prettiest picture right there, but it is
Great
what it
shot.
is. Yeah, I mean, you know, it is what it is. Under 30 left of this power play. The power play men are back on the floor. Mendez is out there well, now he's not. Here comes Leo. 16 seconds, time running out on the Sockers power play. Morgan, Charlie, can you get a shot away? 10 seconds. Charlie finding Leo on the half wall. Over to Morgan. Morgan out of the air, just missed. And it is the last shot of the power play. But now Costa's got a shot to Childs. The shot pass, the hat trick. Who did it? He did it, the captain, Craig Childs. That's who. 5-3. Sockers looking for a 6th straight win.
Y quien más, el capi de capitanes, Craig Childs. The Sockers were working this play, trying to get Childs and Morgan in that prime position. Power play ends. Acosta tries to power his way back and sprint back, but it's way too late. The Sockers were culminating that set. Great game, great goal by the San Diego Sockers.
Timeout called by Kansas City and their head coach, Stefan Stokic. Let's take a break. We're coming back with the stretch run next. Sockers have rebuilt a 5-3 lead over KC. Comets are going to have to turn up the pressure next on Galazzo.
Sockers fans, as fun as it is to come to see the games alone or with a friend, it's even better with a group such as these ladies from the Motino YMCA right here in Oceanside. Oh yeah. Make sure to go to frontwave.com and go to group experiences to get your group here, whether it's work, church, sports, whatever the group, you know how to do it. Ladies, I think we should do a little dancing. You guys know how it goes. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. Groups are here, y'all. Have fun.
Back with you live on Galazzo. 5-3 Sockers. While we were away, Rion Marquez just hit the crossbar on a shot from about 6 feet out that could have made it a 5-4 match and just erased that Craig Childs hat trick goal. Instead, with under 7.5 minutes to go, San Diego up by 2 and looking for what would be a dagger goal at this point. And Morgan could provide it. Left-footed shot, diving save, Ejimadu. Skipper! Blocked wide by Henry Ramirez. 2 good chances for San Diego to maybe put the nail in the coffin.
A great stop by Ejimadu there, getting his body in the way of a powerful Tavoy Morgan shot. And that's exactly what Sockers need to do. Use this momentum to get a goal.
Keiko, Charlie open, Gonzalez stepping right foot, getting the defenders dancing, and all of the dance led to nothing. The equivalent of an NBA player dribbling out of possession. Charlie angry about a foul that wasn't called, but to be honest, you can't hold the ball that long and expect to get bailed out by the officials.
There were certainly a couple of outlets he could have taken. Gontan was making the run. Looked like he could have chosen that, but instead, now it's Kansas City.
Reggett has not been heard from tonight. Nacho Flores has it back for Kansas City. Still tons of time for the Comets. No need to panic. Tetsane scores! Why panic when you've got an absolute rocket on your toe? And make that number 9, Junior Kazim, change your name to Senior for the pace of that ball.
And what you see here is just literally power incarnate in a shot. Casi un puntazo, just a toe poke, a measured, educated toe poke, creating chaos, an unpredictable pathway for Boris to try to read. 5-4, it was never a comfortable lead at 5-3, let alone 1 goal away. And these Comets are coming here in the 4th quarter. 6:19 left on the time.
8:41, the time of goal. Morgan's got it back. Flores gets the helper. Nacho. And it's Mendez! He got it right back, baby! Sebastian Mendez finishing the pass from Tavoy in the corner for 6-4 San Diego.
And what a read by Tavoy, noticing that defenders are coming his way, leaving Mendez wide open, giving him the opportunity to make the correct decision. A first-time shot with his left foot, the inside part, to slot it past Ejimadu. What a quick response. It's exactly what the doctor ordered for the San Diego Sockers.
14 seconds after the Junior Kazim goal. It's Mendez with his 2nd of the year and 2nd in as many matches. Leo tried the fancy back roll, but it came out to Souza of Kansas City. Here's Lucas Souza, and Pardo welds the ball to the wall.
Now it's time to play some tidy defending, but also still have that nose for goal and be creative moving forward, taking advantage of any windows of opportunity that the Comets may give you and trying to open the space as time is ticking. Still plenty of time for anything to happen.
Cardenas, Pardo, and the Comets are going to have to step up the defensive pressure. Here comes Kazim. Kazim's all over Pardo. Pardo's in the blender right now. And he got the ball away. Well done! Gutierrez dropped by Andreos. Close to card-worthy right there. Craig Childs summoning for a challenge that he can't get because Phil was tardy in his toss last time and lost his challenge flag. Back to Gutierrez. The Tijuana veteran over to Cardenas and Leo. Boy, we talked about it on Soccer's Overtime last night, Tony. If the Sockers can start to get consistent scoring from Sebastian Mendez, it changes this club fundamentally. This was a player that had over 25 goals, close to 40 points last year for the Texas Outlaws. He is dangerous and technical. And here's a chance. Gontan. Giles saw the ball roll past him. Leo comes charging in. Gets it back. Gets past a guy. Wrong guy.
Looked like he was attempting an autopase there. Good old self-pass. An ingenuity in those feet of the Brazilian.
Felt like a lot of bright but fitful ideas. Raymond gets challenged by Reggett. Reggett sees a foul drawn against him. Acosta holding up an imaginary card in his hand. And then he threw the imaginary card. And speaking of throwing, Stefan Stokic has thrown a challenge flag. Meanwhile, Ramon Palmer and Drew Ruggles getting a little bit into it. Pardo in a much more serene frame of mind right now. Playing peacemaker.
Yeah, and with the intensity that you saw Pardo have in the first half, for him to be the voice of reason, bringing his players back, saying, hey, let's finish up this game. We got bigger fish to fry.
There will be a challenge looking for a blue card against San Diego. That is the intent of Stefan Stokic. We'll hear our official Miller or perhaps Austin Saini taking the mic right now with the call.
Kansas City is challenging for a potential blue card.
Gracias. Gracias.
Let's take a look ourselves. Really?
I mean, if anything, this gives us more evidence of
Reggett pushes Raymond.
Yeah. Reggett on Raymond.
This will be a failed challenge.
Absolutely. There's no evidence to overturn anything there or add
at all. Honestly, that's just a heat of the moment mistake. And it's late enough in the match, 4:13 left, that you want to throw that flag at some point. You want to take the opportunity you have, but this review will be short, and here it comes.
After review, the call stands, simple foul.
Yeah. Easy decision on MASL video review. That play will not be seen on the most controversial show around. It's MASL Under Review with Phil Lavaco and MASL head referee Ryan Sigich. Catch it every Friday on MASL TV on YouTube. That one's going to miss the cut.
I always wonder if they take those to the bank and say, see, I was right. I was right about this video review. No need for it.
Stokic now calls his last time out. So we will keep it right here. What a fun match this has been. Now, just speaking pure tactics, Tony, and of course, we've got folks coming in on Golazo who aren't as familiar with the indoor game. You can pull your goalkeeper for a sixth field player, a sixth attacker, sexto atacante, as they say, south of the border. 4 minutes and change remaining here. Don't need to do it yet, but you're probably in a 2-goal, make the math work situation. You're probably about a minute away from the ideal spot to go ahead and risk it and go to the extra attacker.
And that's definitely a different view of the sixth attacker that we've seen so far here at Frontwave Arena, where there are some teams such as Empire that almost use an eternal sixth attacker with that goalkeeper.
Right.
So it's going to be a different situation, being able to adapt and manage Comet style of sixth attacker and what that's going to mean on an already difficult defensive task that the Sockers have had all day today, all night. We'll see if that's going to be deployed. Ejim Madu, though, you know, for being a young goalkeeper, you feel, and it looks like they're actually going to go do exactly that. Sixth attacker.
Oh, right now. Right now. See, that's why we told you, gang. Just thinking ahead for you. Not our first rodeo. Sixth attacker with 4:13 left. It's Ramon Paul. No, pardon me. It's Tetsane. He's got even on his name a custom-made sixth attacker jersey in yellow. Lucia Tetsane. Lucas Souza. Acosta. Nacho. Marquez and Reggett, the most offensive players out there possible for the Comets. Under 4 minutes to play. Marquez bouncing ball. Ruggles had his clearance blocked. Marquez holds. Feeds Souza, 1 step to his right, 2 steps to his right. Marquez back to distribute. Tetsane straight away. Gutierrez pressuring. Over to Acosta. Leo Acosta down low. It's Souza. Skips it off the goal glass. Over to Reggett. Reggett fires it into the upper deck. And then it comes down to a fan who had his head on a swivel. Grabbed it. Wearing a flannel, purple and red. Throws it out. Great trucker cap to protect his dome. Pardo wings it out. 3.5 to go. Vandegrift, forehead. Gutierrez, forehead. Forehead of Pino. 4 in a row. Cardenas. Someone will touch it with their foot now, and it'll be Souza.
Something that was asked from the San Diego Sockers, that when they are defending a sixth attacker, that they're able to come back and actually put the ball on the net, on an empty net. So we'll see if they have a chance to dispossess here and do exactly that.
Ejimadu had to come out for a minute. Now Tetsane back on as the sixth attacker. It's Reggett. Acosta turns, shoots off the wall wide. Ruggles, here's the chance as Tetsane runs back. Mendez fires way wide. Gutierrez crashing in. He's got it for the clincher! And he got his legs taken out as he went to net. But that is going to be a game winner for the Sockers. Sox are going to win it tonight, baby. 7-4 the score with 2:38 to play.
And that's exactly what we were talking about, being able to put that pressure. Mendez's ball almost turns into a deliberate-looking pass, and Gutierrez being able to crash literally with a touch of the ball that gives the Sockers their 7th of the night.
And there it is, a 2-point game for Mendez. 12-22 that time, a goal. He gets them both in the fourth quarter, but he gets them when it matters most. When the Comets had closed to 5-4, Mendez gets a goal, Mendez gets an assist. And now at 7-4, San Diego can breathe a lot easier for their 6th straight win to get to a tie for second place in the table and keep their thoughts on top of table, moving to 17 points. First regulation loss for Kansas City this season, staring them in the face if they don't find a miracle 3-goal rush in 2 minutes. It starts with 1, as Lincoln Park sang famously. Let's see if they can get it. Marquez. Doesn't even matter how hard you try, Kansas City. Keep this in mind. I designed this rhyme.
To explain in due time. It's one of my karaoke songs, Craig.
Here's Tetsane, under 2 minutes to play. What's Tetsane's favorite karaoke song? Stay tuned. Ruggles, Cardenas, Mendez. Bangs it off the sidewall, no big deal. Sebastian Mendez, 4 points in 2 games. May sound like I'm overstating it, but I'm telling you, if this kid starts to feel it, it just changes this team. It's like re-adding Brandon Escoto to this team. He's got that skill set.
Love seeing players
Can he
who
get
are
a third?
coachable. Look at that.
Oh, trying to send in Ruggles. Now it's Leo. Leo taken away by Acosta. Rion Marquez lost it and took it away. Gutierrez bangs it off the goal glass. Leo chests it down. Still looking for his 300th career point. Leonardo de Oliveira. Final minute 60 live at Frontwave Arena. Leo got it back. Over to Ruggles. He'll play it back. Why not? Bleeding off this clock is all that matters. San Diego lost their season opener. They're going to have won 6 straight since. Serving notice to the Major Arena Soccer League and beating in consecutive home matches, Tony, each of last year's finalists, Chihuahua and Kansas City.
It's a big note there that they are able to get it done against the teams who, honestly, haven't really missed a step so far. These are some of the best and top competition you're going to face, so getting those early victories, certainly a confidence booster. Now a chance.
It's Christian Gutierrez just wide. Ejimadu's back in there. 20 seconds left in this one. Henry Ramirez whistles it right of the goal. 15 seconds. Leo doesn't need to do anything, nor does Kansas City. And as Boris Pardo says, get up, stand up for your Sockers. Full time. San Diego 7, Kansas City 4. The Comets certainly made a match of it, scored 3 in a row to tie things up, pulled 5-3 back to 5-4, but then it was Mendez and Gutierrez to put the finishing touches on Boris Pardo's win. Team victory, Tony, for the San Diego Sockers.
And the Sockers were definitely pressed in different ways, and facing a team that has that defensive mind at first, really having to figure out and study the team on the fly, and very good answers that the San Diego Sockers were able to find. Different players, different avenues, different ways. And how about Sebastian Mendez finding his footing, really integrating well into this team, and finally getting that production, getting those goals, getting it done.
The Sockers captain, Craig Childs, with his first hat trick of the season. He's heading on over to chat with our Melissa May down on the floor.
Junkyard, and happy birthday, Craig.
Craig, you've become very efficient in your shooting. You were 3 for 7 tonight. Where does that efficiency and confidence come from?
You know, it's just a team effort. We came together as a group. It was a good win against a really tough opponent, but sometimes you get the looks and you put them in the goal, and sometimes you get the looks and you just miss. Today was a good day.
Shootouts don't happen that often in indoor. You had 2 tonight. What goes through your head when you're preparing to shoot?
Honestly, one is easy and you kind of have a game plan. The second one's a little bit harder, and probably in a different circumstance, I could have given that to a teammate and the likelihood probably wouldn't have went up, and you live and you learn a little bit.
KC has been holding opponents to just 4 goals a game. How were the Sockers able to overcome that streak?
You know, at our home field, we feel the confidence. We feel like we can come here and score a bunch of goals on anybody. And so KC's a great team. They defend well, but we have really good attacking talent.
KC has kind of had your bell rung for the last couple of games. How were you able to overcome that tonight?
You know, we just stuck to the game plan. We knew they were going to be a competitive group. It wasn't going to be an easy game, and, you know, we just came on the right side of it this game.
Is the mustache staying?
For a little bit, yes.
Thanks, Craig. Tony, back to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Melissa and Craig Childs. We'll take a quick time out, and we will come back with post-game coverage, second half highlights, stats, and more. 7-4, Sockers beat the Comets, and you're watching the MASL on Golazo. Postgame coverage now on CBS Sports Galazo Network as the San Diego Sockers make it 6 wins in a row, beating the Kansas City Comets 7-4. It was 3-1 San Diego at the half. The Comets came back with 2 goals to tie things in the third quarter. Craig Child's shootout goal made it 4-3, and now we bring you fourth quarter goal-scoring action. Tavoy Morgan crashing the crossbar right there. Rian Marquez getting the loose ball. This is third quarter action. Marquez scoring to make it a 3-2 score. Part of a discombobulation momentarily for San Diego. Here would come the equalizer off the steal. Lucia Tetsane puts it home. Well distributed by Ramon Palmer, and it was 3-3. But then a huge mistake by Philip Ejimadu, giving up the ball and then giving up a blue card led to this shootout. And Craig Childs converts over the backup goalkeeper, All-Star Nicolau Neto, for a 4-3 score. It would become 5-3 twice tonight. Gabi Costa spotting Childs unmarked on the back post with a beautiful hard shot pass. Perfect precision to put it on his toe and make it 5-3. Costa tonight with a pair of assists along with a goal. Back came Kansas City Junior Kazim with an absolute rocket. Remate into the top netting for 5-4, but just 14 seconds later, here he is, Sebastian Mendez open. Nobody's seeing him. Morgan spots him out of the corner, and nice and easy. Mendez makes it a 6-4 match. The final coming on a Wallace score from Mendez to Gutierrez. He puts it in while getting his legs taken out from under him for the final goal of the night, and a 7-4 San Diego Sockers win. Fourth quarter shots were 10-5 in favor of San Diego. Final shot total does favor the visitors from Kansas City, 27-25. The Sockers goal scorers, Childs with the hat trick, Costa, Gonzalez, and Mendez and Gutierrez, as you saw, wrapping things up. San Diego improving on the year to 6-1, 17 points. Kansas City dropping to 5-1-2 and staying on 17 points. Our next broadcast on the CBS Sports Galazo Network, presenting the MASL, we'll be right back here with Tony and Melissa and I and the Emoda crew for the Sockers and the winless Texas Outlaws. Sockers hoping it's the free spot on the bingo board this week, as they will go on to play the improved Strikers Monday on the road. Can they get the 3 from Texas and get to 20 points? We'll find out and come to you live at 7:30 p.m. West Coast time on Friday, right here on Galazo. Looking forward to that one, but seeing the Sockers beat Chihuahua and Kansas City in consecutive home games, that's a statement made to the league. We want to say thanks to everybody who helped make this broadcast happen on our Emoda production crew, led by producers Chris Karcher and Terry Parrish, technical director Dan Patton, director of photography Andy Cupper, Nick Nordquist on the Air One camera operator Jim O'Donnell, audio engineers Spencer White and Matt Sparrow, replay operator Kelly Hyatt, Larry Patton, our graphics operator, Andrew and Caleb Karcher on utilities. Tony, final thoughts?
An absolute complete team win, and definitely the Sockers' best look at times. And look, they got it back from whenever they got it last season from Kansas City and had a great explosive end of game. This Sockers can really hit a different gear, and it seems like they are gelling. Facing the toughest competition is definitely going to be part of it. So it's exciting to see what San Diego will have in store as they face Outlaw Texas el viernes.
We will be back with you for all the action on Friday. Until then, for Melissa May and Tony Sanchez, I'm Craig Elston, thanking you so much for spending part of your Wednesday night with us. We hope you have a great rest of it and a wonderful Thursday, and we'll be back with you Friday night for more MASL action. Until then, I'm Craig Elston, reminding you of our final score from Frontwave Arena. It was the Sockers taking down the Kansas City Comets 7-4. Now, so long from Oceanside.